Hello, this is another devlog. Not fucking dev, I keep messing that up. This is another developer commentary on one of my games. This was the first actual game, but not really because it's still shit, but it's like the first, kind of the first game I ever made. The Couch Simulator was the first game I ever made, but this one's like an actual, supposedly an actual game. It's not. It's I think out of every game I've ever made, if I open my library here, out of every game I've ever made, outside of Couch Simulator VR, which is another rabbit hole in and of itself, which I might do another commentary on. Outside of Couch Simulator VR, this is probably my least favorite game I've ever made. It's just really bad. I will play it, and I will commentate on it. And I've updated it up until fairly recently. Okay, fairly recently as in a year ago. But still, I think I did well fixing a lot of the crashes and bugs in it, which I did for a lot of my games apart from Couch Simulator, because the whole point of that was that it was like for that time only. Anyways, so let me download this. This is just gonna be the latest version because this is like a more complete experience. So I originally got the idea for this game at I think I was on holiday, and when we came back, I went to IKEA. And on holiday, I knew that we were going to IKEA, so I was thinking of just stuff about IKEA, and I was at that time I was looking for my next game idea because I was like fresh off the heels of I don't know. I was fresh off of Couch Simulator, and I was like wanting to learn more, and I was trying to think of what my next game idea would be, and I wanted something simple, and I wanted something simple but like doable. And for some reason I didn't think of that. I thought of making a game based on SCP-3008. Which I can pull it up right here. Which, okay, like everyone knows there's a game based on 3008. It's on Roblox. I really like the Roblox game. I don't play Roblox that much, but I love the Roblox game. I think it's really good. So I don't know what I was thinking, and I was also like, oh, but it'll be more detailed, and it will look better than the Roblox game. This is the fucking graphics I was working with at the time. If it would load, there we go. It will look more realistic. Look at this shit. It looks horrible. But I don't know. Either way, I wanted to do a 3008 game, but I realized that's stupid. And I found out that it's like, I found out only after making this game, but it's apparently like nearly a rite of passage for like indie horror devs to make an SCP-087 game, because it's just so stupidly easy to do, because all you do is go downstairs and there's sound effects. And to that extent, yeah, I did do that. The problem is, it's nothing. It's just nothing. Even with like the Barren Waters, which is another walking simulator where you just walk for 10 minutes, at least like the game there was like, it had intent behind it. But like this was just this is just dog shit. It's just really bad. I'm gonna play it now. One good thing about this game, you'll hear it now. Jeez, that's loud. So this is document 087-1. This is my SCP game, and it wasn't very good. I have the whole SCP like extended license thing there. We got voice actors. This game does have voice acting. They did a pretty good job. I don't mind it. They were happy to do it. Again, Garker, I think I mentioned him in the last video. He like I said, he does voice acting for most of my games. I got the Doctor, played by my friend Hylian. Hylian is most well known for appearing in the Ban Ban video, and he's not known for anything else. And then of course Miles did the music, which I was about to say was like one of the only good things about this game. The music was pretty good. This is just copy pasted from the article. So this is the game. I'll put it up on screen. I had fun making this game, but the game sucks. The game's really bad. There's like an invisible trigger you walk through here. You'll see. Yeah, there you go. The voice acting's not too bad. I think it's pretty good. Um, if we, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. This fucking thing was made in like Photoshop. I'm not even Photoshop. It was GIMP. It was like discount Photoshop, and you can just tell. Look at this. It's just like MS Paint. I wonder if there's a way to like glitch out of bounds so I can just drop straight to the bottom. That would be fucking awesome. So I don't have to play this. I keep dogging on like how bad this game is, but it's genuinely really bad. My least like the part that actually makes me like recoil and like want to turn it off. You'll hear it in a second. I had Miles in this is there you go. The reason that sounds
I don't know. I'm not really a math guy.
oh yeah. Gawker snuck that line in as a reference to Puss in Boots 2, The Last Witch. The Last Wish. Which was like just a big thing at that time, if I recall. The reason the screams sound really like. The only way I can describe it is that like you'd hear it and you said you couldn't do another take, was because I couldn't do another take. I had to record it in school because I couldn't get Miles to like do it over the internet. So I had to literally like in school I had to ask him, "Can you do this?" And we were in the classroom at lunchtime and we tried recording it. But my friends kept like making noises into the microphone as I tried to record it. So I ended up only having two usable takes, and it's just the same two sound effects over and over again, which is really stupid, but it's really funny. There you go. We got one. We heard one, and there's two. There's these default. Everything here is default assetted. If I recall correctly. No, I can't. I can't recall correctly. I was gonna say like some other game used these assets that I found out about later. I just forgot. There's not even like any jump scares or anything, which is not something you want to be saying when you're like, there's not even any jump scares. That's just quite disappointing. Thing with this game is, I thought it was the shit when it came out. I thought it was really good. I can't really explain more the backstory behind this game because it's just I adapted an SCP document into a game, and the whole document is just walking downstairs. So that's all you do in the game. That's about it. Jesus, I really love spamming the trigger there, didn't I? Can we go for 3? Can we go for 3? No. I think the one thing I patched this game for was fixing the ending and the triggers, like locations, because they were really broken. And I remember, you'll see the ending in a second. I remember all the playthroughs of this game, because this is when I started getting YouTube playthroughs. If you upload like horror games on itch.io, you will get YouTube playthroughs. And I remember all the YouTube playthroughs just like in the description say game crashed ? Or something like that. That is because you'll see in a second, but at the end of the game it crashes on purpose. And I thought it was like the best thing ever, and I you'll see it in a second. People kept thinking it was unintentional, but it was intentional. So I had to like adjust the trigger to make sure like people knew it was intentional. This is a long ass staircase. Behind one of these walls, also, I'll show a screenshot. Probably like behind this wall or some shit. This has been a running joke in all of my games. This is the first game to have it. Out of bounds, always hidden, is a pyramid with like a cylinder eye thing on the front of it, and it just says, always says the same JPEG beside it, and it always just says the object. I don't know where I got it from. I have the screenshot up on screen right now. The object. I don't know what the object is. I just made it up and I thought it was really funny, and it is pretty funny. So the object is like out of bounds in every single game I've made apart from Couch Sims. Some games I've just completely forgotten where it is, and some games it's just not in, I guess. Like Simple Sewings, which, oh god, all of these have such stupid stories behind them. But Simple Sewings is a 2D game. It's my only 2D game as far as I know, or at least as far as I can remember. And it was really bad. It is second to this for like least favorite game I've made. The only thing I like about that game, you know what? No, I'll save it for the Simple Sewings video. Anyways, and I remember I took game development really seriously back then. I was like, I'm gonna be a game developer, and that was my. One thing I got two things to say. One thing is what I was gonna say. As I was taking it seriously, there's a guy who sat beside me in like business studies, most useless class I've ever taken. And if I recall, he had a gaming channel. I'm not gonna put it out there, just in case. But this guy had a gaming channel, and he played my game on it because I was like, oh, you should play my game. And you could tell he was trying so hard not to say my game was shite. He was just like, oh yeah, this was pretty good. This game sucks. I keep saying that, but it's like I said, it's my least favorite thing I've ever made. I don't think there's much value to it. The only thing it showed me how to do was make dark in Unity. That's it. How to make thing dark. It keeps going. I thought it would have ended like 5 minutes ago. It's only 10 minutes long. I thought it, but no, it keeps going. I like the concept of SCP-087. I think it's really fucking cool. I think it's really cool. I do. I really like it. I think it's just pretty creepy. Especially if it was a well-modeled stairway that actually looked like geometrically like a stairway. That would be fucking creepy as hell. I'm actually getting on nerve. Maybe this game isn't that bad. You just keep walking around and jack shit happens. But I'm like, actually, this... Oh, there it is. There's the end. Never mind. Last thing I want to say. These stairs. These stairs. I built this stair by stair. Only then after to realize in Pro Builder, which is what I use for creating all these blocks, you can make stairs in Pro Builder. It's not that hard. And I was so like devastated after finding that out. But yeah, you can just make stairs in Pro Builder. If I remember, this is where the game crashed. You see this face around the corner. You know what? That's not that bad. I remember it being a bit like way lamer, but it's actually not that bad because I remember I did have to adjust the trigger like loads of times to get it to work how I wanted to. So that was where I left it on. I think that's pretty good. Only then when it comes in the screen does the game actually crash. I think that's pretty good. For like back then anyways. It's not as bad as I thought. Yeah, overall the game wasn't as bad as I remember, but it wasn't necessarily good. I still don't really like it. I don't really have lots of trivia surrounding this game because it was just quite boring. Like, there's just nothing to talk about here. But in the interest of just making a bunch of devlogs, I'll just cover every game separately. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I quite like it. I was originally planning on doing this big video where I look at every game I made, but this is probably a way easier to digest formula. Let me look. I have assets and all from the video. Yeah, there's just nothing interesting. Oh yeah, here's the one interesting thing about this game. Every prototype I made of the game was named after an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. So we have 087 prototype, 087 prototype 2, the Squeakle, 087 prototype 3, Chipwreck. That's kind of funny. Oh yes, it's right here. Itch.io comment from Ballbiter65. This was one of my friends who signed up for an itch.io account with the name with the name Ballbiter65 to specifically just leave this comment and nothing else. And they're like, wow, this game's really fun and interesting. Ube XD Sukawai, and I just put, thank you, Ballbiter65. Don't mention it, Squirt. And then for some reason, like a year after this game came out, someone played it. If I recall, I'm pretty sure this person.
Hey everybody, my name is Claudine, and welcome to
If I recall, this person did do a playthrough on my most popular game, which is, where is it? Outpost 58. I do watch pretty much every playthrough. Yeah, here we go. This person did a thing on Outpost and they quite liked it. Yeah, that's pretty weird that someone actually played it after it died in the algorithm. I don't think this game did tremendously well for my standards at the time, but for my standards at the time, 20 downloads was a big win, and I was like popping champagne over that. Let me check the analytics here. All time 37 downloads, 1 rating. What is the rating? I wonder. It's 4 stars from Paul Dean. Thank you, Paul Dean. It's in 6 collections, and it's still getting impressions. From like, wow, that's weird. Anyways, yeah. So this was a lot more lame than the Couch Simulator one, but the next one is going to be so huge. You have no idea. It's Killer Clowns 2016 is going to be next, because that was the next game I made. You're not ready for that. There is so much lore to this game that it's like unfathomable. And the worst part is it's not even good. So anyways, thanks for watching. Couch Simulator was better.